Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Recast. I'm here with Lunar.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good. I know you weren't asking me, but um, today we're actually going to do a little bit different. The last few Recast episodes have been, what's the word? Like directly or focused on a single topic. So we do, got it. I just said that so weird. So before we do like, I don't know, just like one topic and then talk about three different things about that one topic. This week we would have kind of changed up and talk about three topics that we've both been seeing a lot of this week. So the first topic will be Smash Fighter 5. The second topic will be talking about the Pokemon drama. And then the third topic will be the Sonic redesign, which looked awesome. I loved it. I think I saw, was that Water that was replying to you that was saying like he wonders if it's like remade they did it for like publicity or something.
I've been on board with that like 100%. Like I thought that was a joke. The first time I saw it, I literally thought it was a joke. So
Right?
I'm totally on board with that just being like a publicity stunt thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. But we'll save that for that topic. But the first topic we're gonna be talking about is the Smash DLC character.
Yes, sir.
So I think over the last week, I don't know exactly when he dropped it, but there was a prominent person in the Smash community that was dropping leaks, you said?
Yeah,
go ahead and explain that if you want.
Yeah, so essentially what happened, if you guys are in on the whole like leak scene when it comes to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, there's two big leakers. The first one being Sabi. Sabi pretty much was spot on with everything when it came to like E3. Like Microsoft's entire E3 conference essentially was out like the day before, I think, or something along those lines. But Sabi especially,
I remember that.
yeah.
Sorry,
And Sabi actually got a cease and desist from
Yeah.
Nintendo saying, if you leak our presentation, we will literally come after you. So Sabi couldn't say anything about the reveals, but the entire week before, Sabi was essentially saying, you know, Banjo and Erdrick, and Erdrick is one of the heroes from the Dragon Quest series, which was actually one of the alts for the hero.
That.
So got that completely right, all that. And then there's another leaker, Verjaben, who got a lot of stuff right with the base game, like got a lot of the base characters correct. There's a couple things people are starting to lose faith in him a little bit and moving more towards like Sabi, but essentially like, they have the same information. People accuse Verjaben of like piggybacking, but I don't know. I'm not that into it. I just see like when they say things, I listen to. But essentially what the big news is, before I get into actually that, I'll just say a couple Mii costumes leaked that are pointing towards maybe who a future DLC fighter is. It doesn't have to be Fighter 5, but people are talking about who could be like maybe in the next DLC batch. Fighter 5 is obviously up for grabs with these characters as well. But Sabi actually came out a couple of days ago and said that a few characters who are like being talked about are not going to be Fighter 5, and that's for sure. That doesn't mean that they're not going to be in general, because they could just come later. But Fighter 5 is 100% not going to be, according to Sabi, it's going to be not going to be Geno from the Super Mario RPG series. It's not going to be Doom Guy or Doom Marine from Doom, or the Doom Slayer, whatever you want to call him. And then it's not going to be Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden, or then Scorpion. So those are the four characters that it's just one. Sabi's at least pretty convinced it's not going to be. So this opens up the door for a lot of different characters, like maybe characters that people aren't really requesting, or characters that people aren't really thinking about, or characters that people are putting down, or just saying, oh, that character's not going to make it in, or oh, no way. Or like I said, characters that people just aren't probably thinking about. So we could just sit down and like talk about characters that like perhaps we'd want, or characters that like we think like would probably make it. I think I always say this in my videos. There's a difference between wanting a character and who you like expecting a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there's kind of like your dreams of who it could be, and then it's also like what's more realistic. So we could just start off with like who do we expect? Like who do you honestly like? Give me a couple characters who you would like expect to see. Like who's most likely in your eyes going to be Fighter 5?
Oh man, I thought like Sora would be like a top contender for that, but now that I'm thinking about it, there were so many characters that we weren't expecting. Like there's a lot of talk about like what, like you said, like characters that we want. Like Lloyd. I don't know have you played Tales of Symphonia?
I haven't, but I know who Lloyd is.
Okay, so Lloyd, who else? Sora. There was one other one that was like pretty up there. Maybe 2B. Can't remember. There was a whole like poll going around, but then I like look at the characters that were actually chosen for Smash, and like Joker was awesome, but like nobody was expecting that, I don't think. Then you have like who's the newest one? Terry?
Terry, yeah,
Which
Terry Bogard.
I didn't even know who that was when they revealed him. So it's
I'll be 100% honest. I had no idea who he was until like the day before when he got leaked. I was just like, who the hell is this? And I looked him up. I'm like, oh, wait, no, like I kind of know who he is. It's just the name, just like I couldn't connect the character to the name or anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I really have no idea. Like, I could see like maybe like Raymond or like an older kind of character. But even then, like, I feel like the characters I'm expecting, like, they're just so crazy with who they choose. Like, I just have no idea.
Yeah, so like since like you mentioned that, like since it's so crazy, it is kind of hard to like expect something at this point. Like it's really hard to just sit down and be like, this is probably who it's going to be, because we just don't know. Because I'm not gonna lie, I thought that Doom guy, or like the Doom Slayer, like I thought he was pretty likely, just because that's something not a lot of people are asking, but it makes a lot of sense because Nintendo is doing a lot of pushing for the Doom series lately, like a lot of ports, other things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Did they
like
buy it, or have they just been working with them?
I don't really know. All I know is that Doom has like a really long history on Nintendo consoles and all that stuff. So like it just made sense to me. So I thought Doom, that just made a lot of sense. But I guess now, like if I had to expect one character, and I'm a little biased for saying it, and I'm not going to say Sora, because Sora's in the other category where like,
yeah, we want
that's who I'd want it to be. Yeah. And I'll get to that later. But I think that who I would honestly expect at this point is Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah.
I really do expect Crash to make it in, just because like that whole Banjo thing where it's like, wow, like they actually are listening. And it could be just because I have this, I don't know, I have like this idea for his reveal trailer that I want to happen really badly. So essentially how I would want it to happen is you know those old like commercials with Crash Bandicoot, like someone dressed in a Crash Bandicoot costume and they're like standing outside the Nintendo building? Imagine if they like redid that and like he joined Smash or something.
That'd be funny. Is that the one where he holds up the boombox?
Yeah,
in front of Nintendo.
And like I think that would just be an amazing like reveal trailer for him, and that would be a great way to end it. Especially since like Crash has been getting revived lately. Like, you know, he's got the Insane trilogy. Crash Team Racing was revealed at the Game Awards last year. So I just think that it makes sense for them to put Crash in.
Yeah. Well, so were they planned ahead of time, or do they like just pick the next character?
Well, what happens with this Fighters Pass, that was predetermined in like December. So they've already picked the 5 characters for about
they have. Okay.
Yeah, like about a year. It's been about a year. So like essentially what I think happened was Nintendo gave Sakurai a list of characters and he picked 5 from that list. So those are the ones that he's working with. So he picked out of a list of characters, he picked Joker, the hero, he picked Banjo, and then Terry.
When was Persona 5 released, though? Because I feel like did they know about like Persona 5 Royale maybe coming out?
Yeah, sometimes they do that. I know with like Incineroar, he saw like concept art, or no, that was Greninja. With Greninja and Smash 4, he saw concept art for the 3 final starters for Gen 6, and he picked Greninja because he thought Greninja was the coolest.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think, I don't know if it was confirmed, but I'm assuming he did the same thing with Incineroar.
So Joker was chosen after his game came out, but wasn't Hero, was he used as like promotion for the game coming out?
I think
didn't it release like pretty soon?
Yeah,
around the same time.
Yeah, like the definitive edition for 11. Yeah, I think that's why Luminary is the base character. Like that's just like when you go to like the character select screen, it's Luminary. But then I think he threw in the other. I honestly don't know their names. I just know that Erdrick is Erdrick, and then the other 2 I don't know their names. I think they're just called like 3 and 9 or 8, 3 and 8.
Oh, I remember that.
So he did that because like Japan loves Dragon Quest, so that was like a big thing for like them. And then that's why we got Banjo, because out in the West, Banjo's huge. Like I think he's one of the most recognizable video game characters of all time.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I would think so at least. But so I feel like they're doing things that are like marketable and things that make sense and things that like the fans want, because, and he also said on the Terry presentation actually that it doesn't matter how popular a character is as long as they're fun. So That's
Gotcha.
what makes me think that it might not be someone that's like popular, someone that we're expecting, unless he's just doing that to like, oh, you don't know who Terry is. That sucks because Terry's cool and he's fun. So who cares if you know who he is?
Yeah, I wonder if that'll be some kind of there'll be some kind of push now for like whatever game he's associated with.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there'll be some kind of like revival of that.
Yeah, because I know a lot. Fatal Fury was something that a lot of people really loved. So I mean, I would like to see it. I honestly have no interest in playing other fighting games other than Smash, just because I have more fun playing Smash. Like I've tried other fighting games, but I don't know. Either way, like I think that like if I had to expect one character, it would be Crash. But at this point, like I said, expecting a character is a very hard thing to really like say or explain. So
Yeah. So who would you want as the Smash 5 character? Then?
Well, I'll tell you who I don't want. I don't want Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series, because if you put Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Goofy the dog in my Smash game, I'm gonna be so upset. Why would you do that? And plus, Disney would never let it happen. So why are you even considering Sora?
Now your real answer.
No, of course it's Sora. I would love it if they put Sora in the game. I'm trying to think of like other characters that I would kind of like freak out over or get really excited for other than Sora. But Sora's just so high up. It's something that, like, again, I'm sure you've noticed I base a lot of the content on my channel around Sora being in Smash and stuff. Yeah. So it's hard to say. I think that I would go nuts if they put like Sephiroth in the game.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Or Cloud. That'd be cool choice.
Yeah. But no, like I think Sephiroth would be like up there with like no way they just did that type of thing.
Oh, they should totally do an Echo Fighter for Cloud with Zach to like promote Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I've been honestly like saying that they should do
that'd be
maybe
so
like
easy.
Yeah, like free DLC if they did like an Echo Fighters pass or like something that's like free. Like maybe not free, but I don't know. Like doing Echo Fighters, they said it requires like pretty much like not even close to the amount of time it takes to like design a completely new character.
Yeah.
And plus I think it's strange that they added this whole, oh, like look at this new like mechanic or this new like type of fighter. It's an Echo Fighter. And they spent a lot of time talking about that, and they didn't really add a lot of them. So that's what makes me think that maybe we could see like an Echo Fighters pass or something like that.
That could be cool.
And plus, like also Nintendo said that in terms of like their quarterly like sales and like money that they made, they said the Fighters Pass contributed to like a lot of it.
Oh yeah, I saw you tweet that out.
So like I don't see why they would stop making DLCs. So they can make a Fighters Pass too with more characters, and then like in addition like do like Echo Fighters down the line, or like do one with first parties, or I mean who really knows what they'll end up doing, because if it's making them this much money, there's no reason to stop.
Yeah, for sure. For me, yeah, I think I'd want obviously Sora. But I think it'd be cool to have 2B. I just finished Nier Automata a couple months back, and that game was awesome. And I think they're remaking. There was some kind of talk about remaking it or like continuing the story of Nier Automata, I believe. So that could be a good way to promote that.
Right.
But I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what what that Nier Automata information was.
Yeah. The one thing I would say about 2B, because Sakurai specifically like mentioned something.
He said
it's for good boys and good girls, man.
That's true.
That's why I ripped my dude.
Maybe they could put 9S.
Yeah, right. Something like that. I mean, or you could just like, but the thing is though, like you look at like Zero Suit and like Bayonetta, and like it's
right.
It's kind of and then you have Swimsuit Shulk. Like, come on.
Yeah, I use swimsuit. I can't say it. God dang it.
Okay, every time I try to say Swimsuit Shulk, I mess it up, and the time I just said it and the time before that are the only two times I've gotten it right.
Yeah, man.
But so like I don't really know. Like who knows? Nier is like incredibly popular, and I know a lot of people love 2B. So that'd be sick. She'd be really fun, I think.
Oh yeah.
And then
that'd be awesome.
I don't really know. I mean, if they really wanted to throw a curveball, which will never happen, give me Waluigi, and I will just that might actually rival Sora for me, just because it's such a meme. But like low key, I'm really into the idea of Waluigi being in the game as a playable fighter.
Oh man, is there any other Mario characters they haven't added? I guess Boo. They haven't had a Boo character yet.
I mean, once they added Daisy, I was like, now you're doing it. Now you're really like you're agitating. You're poking the bear at this point. Like Waluigi fans, like after that, I think really got loud.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Let's move on to the next topic. Which was Pokemon drama.
Ah, my favorite.
So yeah, I saw you tweeting out. Was that today or yesterday? Where someone was like zooming in on a shadow or something. They're like, "Oh, it's not completely rendered." It's like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah. So where's the video? I'm not gonna point out who it is specifically because this person seems very triggered that people are disagreeing with what they did. But essentially, the
fact
video
that they stole a copy.
No. It's just that they're disagreeing with the fact that people are basically calling them out and saying it's no big deal, but it really isn't. They're like, no, this game is poorly optimized. The programming's bad. It's like, okay, whatever. We'll get to that. But essentially in the video, they point out like the blur, like lagging, like the shadows and stuff, how it's like just there's like a line, like a rendering line of like, you know, when you're moving farther away from one point.
Yet. I mean, like maybe I feel like there's all the time I see like day one patches come out.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually optimize the game.
That's what I'm saying. So that makes sense. Because I think people forget when it comes to Pokemon, they have merchandise, they have clothing, they have the anime, they have potentially like, you know, the trading cards. It's like there's so much that they have ready. People are like, why don't they just delay the game? It's like, then you delay everything.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The Pokemon company they will not do that. I'm sorry, they just will not do it.
Yeah.
But then something else in the video is like when you run farther away enough from like an NPC or just like, I guess I don't even know. I think that's your rival. He kind of like pops away. He just like disappears. And then there's one more thing where like after some conversations, like text conversations, the game lags and slows down a little bit. So these are essentially points saying that, you know, basically like this game is lazy. This game's not what I expected it to be. And it's just not good, quote unquote. Apparently it's not good because of what you've seen in like footage. You haven't played the game. Just from what you're seeing, you're automatically assuming the game's not good.
Oh, so, this guy doesn't have a copy?
I don't think so. Maybe there's just like leaked footage. I don't know what it is.
I could have sworn I saw someone talking about someone got a hold of the leaked game.
Oh, I'm sure that happens all the time. It wouldn't honestly, like I muted like a bunch of like keywords like Pokemon leaks, like all that stuff, so I don't see it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so the way that I look at it, and I said this on Twitter so I can like talk about it a little bit more, is like, look, if you're a Pokemon fan and you've played any Pokemon game ever, it's not perfect. It's not even close to perfect. Pokemon is the highest, most successful franchise, like the highest selling, most successful franchise like in the world. You're telling me that they're gonna like polish every little pixel in this game to make sure that it's perfect? They're not going to do it. I'm sorry, they're just not going to do it. Like they know how popular Pokemon is. They know people are going to buy the games. If it's a little laggy, or if there's like minor little like shadow details that we pick up on and we want to hate because it's like a trend to like hate everything, but more specifically like this game, I've seen it like a lot.
Oh, like the entire time I've just seen like non-stop hate about every single thing.
That's what I'm saying. One of the things that is really like, I think that it's where it all started is the national decks not being a thing.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
So essentially they're not
hashtag bring back the decks or something.
Yeah, bring back the national decks or something.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Let me see. One sec. This is for a point because I don't know the exact. Okay, before this new generation releases, there are 807 Pokemon. Okay.
Yeah.
There's 807 Pokemon. If you thought eventually this wouldn't be a problem where they can't program or add every Pokemon, you're ignorant. I'm sorry. I knew this day was gonna come. I knew this game was gonna
restarting.
It's gonna happen.
Is that the idea? This is like a clean slate where they restart the series?
I think it's more so because they wanted to focus on making the game look good. So that's why everyone's sort of nitpicking at the fact that it's not perfect. They're like, well, if you can't include all the Pokemon, the game itself should function flawlessly, look great, and people
Gotcha.
just aren't satisfied with it.
Gotcha.
So
Oh, man.
my opinion is just like, look, I mean, if you played through Sun and Moon, that game was laggy, okay? But like I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I
Like
enjoyed Sun and Moon.
I feel
That's
like
the island one, right?
yeah, you can criticize something and you can have your opinions on something. I'm not saying that you can't, because as Kingdom Hearts fans, we know that that's very important to keep in mind. You're allowed to dislike something and disagree with something, but at the end of the day, little things like can cloud like the bigger picture. You know,
for sure. Yeah,
like you can like 100 things about a video game, but then the two like things that you didn't like are apparently just as important as everything that you did like.
yeah. No, I get that. Well, and like, if you're constantly like nitpicking, you don't. I don't know. Like, it just brings down, I guess, the game. Which,
Right.
like, if it deserves it, then yeah, like, I think they should criticize the game. But from what I was seeing with the Pokemon like drama, it's just like anything they can find, they like complain about. And it's just like, dude, just get over it. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
so many like other things you could be upset about.
And I'm not trying to be this guy, because my favorite video game series is an RPG with Disney characters. Pokemon is marketed towards children. Children do not notice these little things that you are pointing out. So if that's
Yeah.
their general demographic, why are you so shocked that it has little flaws like that?
Yeah. Well, and I think the older people get, the more like they lose that magic for playing a game. Because I mean, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is not perfect. Like,
Absolutely not.
it's probably one of the most broken games in the series, just because I want to do a video about this, but like, you can literally like just sit there, spam reflect, go into a limit, get all like throw an elixir, get all your MP back, and then keep spamming reflect after the limit. Like, you can probably go an entire battle like just sitting there not getting hit at all.
Mhm.
But like, we all played that when we were younger. Like, we're nostalgic for it. Like, we equate different feelings we had when we were playing the game. So now when we look back at it, it's like, oh wow, this is so great. And then you go play a new game, and there's not that nostalgia or connection, and so you don't feel the same thing. So in your head, you're like, oh, this must be bad because I don't feel the same as I feel playing this really nostalgic game that I played as a kid. And so I feel
Exactly.
like people are like not taking that into account, and so like all these games that are coming back don't feel the same as the games they played when they were kids, so they quote unquote must be bad.
Yeah, and I think another problem with it is people are way more conscious as they get older, so they pay attention more. So I think it goes into like the whole, oh, the nostalgia's not there, so like, you know, like you're wishing it could be the way that it was. But the thing is, if you went into that game like blind, like back in the day, like say we play Kingdom Hearts 2 for the first time today, and like that was the new game, I feel like people would be reacting the exact same way as they were, as if like say you played Kingdom Hearts 3 when you were a kid. If you had that emotional nostalgic tie to Kingdom Hearts 3, and then we played Kingdom Hearts 2 today,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, you'd be like, well, why couldn't it be like Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah.
So I think
Crazy.
it's the same way. It's the same with Pokemon games. Like people just, I don't know. Every Pokemon game has something stupid or broken in it. Every single one.
No, I mean, like, I played Fire Red or Emerald first, and I love those games. Like, I can go back and play them again, and it's a blast because I'm like, oh, I remember like when I played this, or I remember getting stuck here.
Yeah. So I'll be completely honest. Like the only Pokemon game that I've ever played where I'm like, this was done. It's the most perfect Pokemon game is Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Those are the closest to a perfect Pokemon game that I can.
Those
even
are
possibly
DS
play.
remakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that's just me, because they took like the nostalgia, but they completely redid it and did like such a fantastic job and like added a bunch of stuff. They made it look good for the time. Nothing was really broken, no like crazy glitches or anything, and it was just good. They just did it very, very well. So I don't know.
What was the first Pokemon game you played? Was it Heart Gold?
Oh no, the first Pokemon games that I ever played was Fire Red. I got a Game Boy Color and Fire Red on my 5th birthday, and I played it.
Oh, really? That's fun.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
beat the game with a level 72 Pidgeot, and that was it.
seriously?
Yeah, I didn't
That's
understand the
awesome.
concept of like catching Pokemon and training Pokemon, and I don't know, I just ran through with like I didn't even have my starter. I don't even know what happened to him.
He wasn't in your party.
No, like
He's the one
I
Pokemon.
picked Charmander, and I had
Yeah.
Charizard, but like I do know what happened because fun fact about Pokemon Red and Blue, Charizard
Uh,
can't learn Fly.
okay.
So I was like, this Pokemon is like, I mean, I was like, he's cool, but like, why can't he fly? So I caught a Pidgey and I kept
Mm.
like trying to train it up. And then like, I guess I just kept going and I taught it Fly. And the only move I used was Fly because in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, you're invincible for a turn. That's so broken. And then I was just like, Pidgeot.
That's awesome. You say, well, so you played Red first, not Fire Red?
No, I played like the OG, like Pokemon Red.
Okay. Gotcha. That's cool. I
Yeah.
so my parents thought Pokemon was like the devil game. like many parents growing up, I think. So I didn't play a Pokemon game until high school probably.
Oh, wow.
And then I used an emulator. And I wasn't like I was homeschooled. Do you know that? So I was homeschooled until college. So instead of like during my homework, I would like, play Pokemon on my emulator, and I wouldn't use sounds or anything because then I get in trouble. So like all these people that are like, oh, like the Pokemon music's so nostalgic, and like, oh, I know like all the sounds of the Pokemon. Like I have no idea what any Pokemon sounds like or like any like Pokemon music because I would always play them with my audio off. But anyways, yeah, I think I played Fire Red first, and then Emerald, I believe. Can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then I went on to go play like the 3DS ones, which were Alpha Sapphire and Sun.
Oh, Omega Ruby.
Yeah, there we go, Mega Ruby.
Yeah, those were cool. I mean, I grew up with Pokemon. Pokemon was like my life. Like I don't make this like public enough, but next to Kingdom Hearts, Pokemon is like my second favorite franchise of all time. I love Pokemon so much. Yeah, it's just again like making content for it on YouTube is just like difficult. I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's either like you're a leak tuber and all you do is talk about Pokemon leaks, or you're a competitive battler and you talk about like the meta and all that stuff. And I'm
You should
not
make
interested.
a new genre.
I guess, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Or you're a top 10 PokeTuber. Those are that's where the money is.
Gotcha.
Any aspiring YouTubers watching this, just be a PokeTuber and do top 10s. Do it.
Oh man, I want to do ranking videos for Kingdom Hearts. I think it'd be fun.
I think I did that before the game came out. So I'd like to do a new one since I'm also playing through the series again. Like I have it more fresh in my mind. So I'll probably like making like a tier list or like not even a ranking, but like I guess I don't know. Are tier list videos still cool? Do people still like tier list videos?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm so out of touch with like,
right
all that stuff.
Oh man, I feel like it's such a weird, I guess, job or a hobby, but like you do YouTube, right? Because like you think of an idea and you think other people are gonna want to watch it, and like as someone that's consuming a lot of content, like you have a pretty good idea of what people like to see or what people want to see, and then you transition to like content creator, and for like a little bit, like you're in touch with your audience because like you were part of the audience before. If this is making sense, but then like as you go on, like you gain more subscribers, you get more traction. There's like more pressure to make content, and so your whole focus is into making videos, and so you're not consuming the same amount of content that you used to be. And so I feel like there's this weird thing where like as you become bigger or like you put more work into it, the more disconnected you become with like the content that people want to see.
I can relate that to when I was doing music and I was in a band, and like I just see it with like bands in general. It's like, yeah, I mean, I spent probably like 4 or 5 years of my life going to a concert like almost every weekend. Like there wasn't a big local scene from where I'm from, but there was like, there are venues where like we'd have like those like metalcore, like pop punk, like type of shows. So like I was like, oh, this is what these bands do. I want to do that too. And
Yeah.
I even noticed that like even in the like towards the end of like my band's lifespan, we were talking about doing more mainstream things. You know, like we lost that. There was like that disconnect of like, well, this is what like we loved doing, so but we should try doing like something with more singing, not being as heavy, or something that's more catchy or whatever. So I guess that's just for everything. And I am starting to feel that with like YouTube a little bit. Like that was a good point. Like I agree with that.
Yeah, well, cause like if you're not making content, like you're losing traction, and so you can't just like, you can take breaks, but like it hurts you in the long run. So you have to like constantly be making stuff. But like if you can't stop to like, you know, just consume content like a normal person, that's such a weird statement.
No, I agree.
Then like you're losing touch with that audience. But
right. That
anyways,
makes sense.
This is on topic.
I was gonna say, wait, we were talking about like PokeTubers. Jeez, oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'd like to make Pokemon content, but I don't know what I would do.
I'll be streaming it, so.
Oh, nice. I'll have to watch that because can't grab that one.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But if you were going to pick it up, and when you do pick it up, I don't know if you are going to or not, but which starter do you want?
I think I liked the water one.
Oh, Sobble?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which one?
The only leaked things I saw in the entire game were the final evolutions, just because I couldn't help myself.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
I'd rather go out on my own terms than get spoiled online. So I was like, well, I might as well. So I looked them up, and I actually like Sobble's final evolution. I'm not going to say anything specific, but Sobble's final evolution is actually really cool.
What is the fire Pokemon again?
Oh, Scorbunny.
Oh, was it Scorbunny? Okay.
Yeah, that's the fire one. And its final evolution is it's actually my least favorite, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's more so like I just think Grookey's final evolution is hands down the coolest one, and I'm happy because Grookey's the one that I want.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's the one. I picked that from the beginning. I'm like, yo, the little grass monkey. I'm like, that's my boy. I want him. So I'm looking forward to Grookey for sure. That's
Did you say you're gonna stream it and then like when you first get it, and then you're gonna binge the rest of it?
Yeah, like I'll probably stream it like a couple nights, like depending on how much I can play it. So I'll probably do it on Friday, and then when it comes to like the weekend, I don't know how much I'm gonna play it after that because I don't usually stream or do anything on weekend. But on Monday, and I know it's such a meme at this point, but I might stream that instead of the Dream Drop Distance stream. But I don't.
You're
I don't
never
know.
gonna do Dream Drop Distance.
I don't know. Or maybe I could do like a longer stream, and I could stream Pokemon earlier in the day, and then switch over to Dream Drop Distance. I don't know. We'll see.
You know, if you split up and do 2 streams, you're gonna finish Pokemon that morning and be like, I could do Dream Drop Distance, but I'm really enjoying Pokemon.
Yeah, I'll do some Wi-Fi battles. I'll do that instead. You know, why not?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Pokemon content. I might just do some things. I don't know what I would do, but we'll see. I'll come up with something.
Anyway, so yeah, let's move on to our last topic while we still have some time. So the redesign of Sonic, the Sonic movie came out. I was blown away. I was like, this looks so good.
It's insane because I mean, like we were saying earlier, it seemed like such a meme and such a joke of what they put out like a few, what was that, like the springtime or the summertime? I can't remember when it came out.
I don't know. It seemed really fast so that they turned it around.
Yeah, they did a really good job with it. I agree. I'm surprised that they were able to actually, well, because they had all the fan redesigns to go off of. So I'm sure they just like, true. You know, like it's not, I'm not saying he's perfect because, you know, they have to add some sort of realism. Like he is a hedgehog. He's not like a, you know, like, I mean, it's like the same thing with Pikachu, like adding Pikachu's like fur and like some of the other Pokemon and like Detective Pikachu. Like I get why some of them look kind of funky because you're trying to make them realistic, but at the same time, they're still like cartoony. So yeah. I think in terms of like big Hollywood designing Sonic and Sonic's like actual like base design in terms of like what we've grown up with Sonic being, this is as good as it can look. I'm actually like, I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah, no, it looked great. I don't think did we talk about it on while we were recording, but Water was saying that he thinks that it was all a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I've been saying this since the beginning. I thought that was easily it was a publicity stunt. It had to have been.
Because the leak came out like out of nowhere. It was just like, bam, here, someone leaked it. And it's like, who leaked it?
Yeah, we're like, no way. And then like 5 days later, we're like, oh my God, like this is like, that's insane.
Yeah.
So I find it hard to believe that there was like a room full of people sitting like imagine like a movie scenario or just something. There's a bunch of people, they're sitting around a table, and then someone's like, all right, this is the product, and bam, there's the original Sonic, like that they had for the movie. And everyone gave the thumbs up on that. I
get it. It goes back to our what we were talking about before of like there's such a disconnect between creators and audiences. Like
right.
They probably had like a certain amount of time to get together an original design, and then that's just what they had to go with. I would assume, but that one was particularly not good. Like video games are notorious for like having bad spin-off movies, but that was like
that was horrific.
That was worse.
You could even say the same thing with like anime. Anime movies are just never good. They're never good.
I have a couple Netflix has some like Full Metal Alchemist, I think, and one other one I have on my to watch list. I'm like, I want to watch these, but I'm pretty sure they're garbage.
Yeah, I guess it's like not really an anime. It's like a cartoon, but Avatar: The Last Airbenders movie is like the best example where I'm like, dude,
oh yeah, that was bad.
No, that was bad.
Were you the one that told me that they took the budget for the last season of like the actual animation and threw it into the movie?
Yeah, apparently that is what they did. I read that somewhere.
Is so sad.
I don't know how credible that was, but I would believe it that that's what happened. Because apparently, for those who are fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender, like that's my favorite show of all time, like anime, like television series, like whatever. No, Avatar: The Last Airbender, S plus tier for me. And I just there was supposed to be a book Air because they did water, they did fire. So to me, I was like, it's weird that they never did like book Air where they kind of like tied it all together. But I guess the ending of book Fire, like it does tie it together, but it would have been cool to do something else. And apparently they were supposed to do that, but they did that movie instead. Like the creators actually had an entire, I wouldn't say like script because it wasn't a script. It was more so just like summaries of what the episodes were supposed to be about, or like at least what the book was supposed to be about. And it was really cool. Like Azula was supposed to have like a giant redemption arc. Like Zuko was supposed to like come in contact with like his mother. I think that could be wrong, but there was just a lot of really cool things that they could have done. And the movie we got the movie. We got that.
Yeah, that was not good.
So I don't know, but yeah. So I'm genuinely excited for the Sonic movie now.
Oh yeah, like especially like that opening in the Green Hill Zone. That looked awesome.
Oh, that was cool.
That looked so good. And his like running animation, or like when he was like sliding to like change direction, it's just awesome.
And I love Sonic. Like growing up, it's like we were talking. It's like more of like a nostalgia thing for me. I'm just not interested in Sonic anymore. So when it comes to like Sonic, the original one, I played all the advanced games. I played Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I played Sonic Battle, like that fighting game that no one knows about.
Oh yeah, I played that.
That was fire, man.
What is it? Emerald? Is that what it is? The
Emerald. Yeah. And then I also played
Sonic X.
Yeah. Oh, that was sick. That show was good. I loved that show. That theme song's the bop.
Right.
But then they also did. Oh yeah, I played Sonic Heroes, which I loved, and then Sonic 06 was just kind of my last hurrah with Sonic, and unfortunately, it ended on a really bad note.
Did you play? So you didn't play like Sonic Colors or Generations?
Well, I played the demo for Sonic Generations, and I never got around to buying the full game. I don't know what was coming out or what I was playing at the time instead.
I'm pretty sure I like rented it because I like had to house sit this ranch. So there was this family that I knew that like had this like ranch house style. I don't know what it was. This big property, and they like left one time, and I like would rent games and go to their house because they had like an Xbox or something. So I'd rent like Xbox games and go over to their house and just like stay up all night because I couldn't sleep because it was a like freaky place to be at. So I couldn't sleep. So I was like, oh, let me just like run all these games. And so I played Sonic 06. No, I played Sonic Generations, and then I played Dead Space.
Right.
Which was not a good choice, but it was a good game.
Of course.
But Sonic Generations was fun. It was very short. Very, very short.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And is that the one where you design like your character? You
I
can
think
make
it's
like an
Sonic
OC.
Forces.
That's Sonic Forces. See, I don't even
I didn't play
know.
that one.
I don't even know.
That
But,
one, I heard that one was short too. I think people
yeah.
were like completing it in a couple hours and then just like refunding it.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Mm.
I wouldn't even know, but I mean, it's funny because like now, since we're sort of on the topic of Sonic 06, that it's kind of the same thing that we were talking about. Like when I was a kid, I didn't realize how bad that game was. Like I was like, why does everyone hate this game? Because I was in sixth grade when it came out, and I was like, oh, Sonic 06, cool. Like I love Sonic, I love Shadow, and then I was like, who's this edgy, cool silver guy? Like Silver. And he seems cool because he can like make stuff float and whatnot. And I was like, oh, this seems cool. And like I played through and I liked it. I was a very ignorant child, clearly, because I tried playing the game again like probably like 3 or 4 years ago when I was a little more like conscious, I guess, and like I could process things better. I'm like, dude, that was the worst experience of my life. I played through it and I did beat it, but I was like, dang, like now I get it.
Yeah, man. I think I tried playing it once or twice. And I just could not. I think because I told you I rented it with a friend of mine once, and we got to like it was right at the beginning where you get light dash, I think,
mm-hmm.
and he just like there's not even like an animation for it. He just like floats and like moves across the line of rings, and I was like, did that just happen? What?
Yeah, it's so bad, and like you randomly fall through like platforms and walls, and it's really glitchy. The story, I'm not gonna lie to you, is really bad. Like, I don't know. I thought the story, like, once I tried it again, I'm like, this is just like, what is this? Like,
all I remember is there's like Sonic and the girl kiss, and everyone was like freaked out.
Yeah, that was, I mean, as a child, I wasn't able to process that, but in my more adult years, like, no, I'm not trying to like hate on anybody, because if that's your thing, that's cool. But like, I was like, bruh, like, no, what did you do?
I do like the way that the Sonic team is going now, though. They seem much more like, I don't know if they make themselves the brunt of the joke, but it's like they're very sarcastic and kind of know that they're a meme.
Yeah,
so that's fun to see.
Yeah, and I think I read something somewhere, and I again like could have read whatever from whatever article, so don't quote me on this, but I'm almost positive that someone said something about them remaking one of the adventure games. So that'd be either Sonic DX or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
That'd be cool.
Either way, dude,
Sonic Adventure.
If they remade Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and I got my Chow Garden back, I got HD Chows, oh my god, that'd be the best game of all time, dude. Oh, I'd be so happy.
Did you make like the angel and demon Chows?
Oh, you already know, dude. Every summer,
had, like,
every summer,
to...
like in elementary school, middle school, me and my buddy would get together and we would go on ShowIsland.com and we would look up methods to train them properly in order to like get them.
I don't know if I ever made, because there's like an Omega one or something, right? There was like a top tier, like this is like the Chow God. I don't know if I ever made that one.
There was like the Angel Chow and the Devil Chow, and I think it has to reincarnate like 5 times or something. Like there's various, and you have to feed it like one of every animal before it does it. So you have to be like very specific with how you do it. And if you don't do it, the Chow just dies. It literally just dies if you don't do it correctly.
Seriously.
Yeah, it just doesn't reincarnate. You're like, well.
I think I had an Angel Chow, and I was like, I don't want this thing to disappear because I didn't trust myself to like follow the instructions. So I was just like, I'm gonna leave you as this and just be content with that and not try to make you evolve.
Yeah, but I would get so specific with it. It was bad. I invested so many hours in the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, specifically the Chow Garden.
Yeah, I think I tried to 100% all the Chow competitions. I can't remember exactly how that all went though.
Yeah, like the races and stuff. Those were so much fun too.
Yeah.
I had a blast. If they like I said, if they remake that, I will be a Sonic tuber. I will constantly make content on that.
There has to be Sonic content creators, right?
I'm sure that there are.
It's just someone that just covers Sonic news.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really into Sonic anymore. It's more so like I just love the old games. Okay.
Well, this is probably a good place to end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have not subscribed or followed, not Twitter, Lunar on Twitter or YouTube, good God, go ahead and do that. There'll be links in the description as well as a pinned comment. Do you have any closing statements?
I just want to say, if you're not picking Grookey with Sword and Shield, you're a fool. I'm just kidding. You guys can do what you want.
Man.
But thank you for checking it out. It was fun. I had a good time. And thank you for having me on this, as always, my dude.
Yep. See ya.